Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Errol Spence Jr. is continuing to duck Terence Crawford, and we have to call it how we see it, and honest and unbiased. These are direct quotes from Errol Spence, according to Michael Benson and BoxingScene.com. It's strap season. I'm going to knock out Shawn Porter, and then if Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao fight, I'm going to get the winner of that and knock them out too, and then we won't be talking about no 50-50 split with Terence Crawford. So let's debunk that first. You couldn't even knock out a small Mikey Garcia moving up to divisions and weight. You're going to hear the fanboy response, oh, he didn't try to knock Mikey out. The 9th, the 10th, and 11th round, he was gunning for a knockout, and he just simply couldn't do it. Mikey Garcia defense, while lackluster, while had holes at times, held up pretty accurate. Mikey Garcia has a tough chin, and also the fact that Errol Spence Jr. power has always been overrated. He's never faced an elite level, top level fighter. His resume is somewhat thin, and Errol Spence Jr. is not the puncher in the power man that people are making him out to be. He's overhyped. So, he may stop Shawn Porter, who's also had a shaky chin. You have to look at it like this. So even if Errol Spence Jr. did stop Shawn Porter, does that mean he's an elite level fighter? Does that mean he's an elite level puncher? Shawn Porter has never been the type of guy you'll say, oh, he has a strong, valid chin. He was knocked down against Yordenis Ugas. He was knocked down against Adrian Broner. Shawn Porter's the type of guy that gets knocked down, but Shawn Porter's the type of guy that gets back up. Shawn Porter gives a guy a handful and gives him a rough fight. Shawn Porter has never been blown out in a fight. So if Errol Spence Jr. is this elite level boxing monster that people say he is, then he'll blow out Shawn Porter, easily dispatch of Shawn Porter, and stop him early. This will not be a hard fight for Errol Spence Jr. if he's as good as people say he is. I just don't believe that. I favor Spence to win, but in a tough, hard, long, drawn-out fight. Do not overlook Shawn Porter. I think that'll be a huge mistake. But also, I find it funny that Errol Spence Jr. tries to change the narrative about a 50-50 split with Bud Crawford. Listen to these statements that he made to BoxingScene.com. He said, I think Bob Arum needs to get back to the drawing board if he thinks me and Terence Crawford's going to be a 50-50 deal. If I'm bringing in probably 400,000 pay-per-view buys and he's doing 100 and something, why should we split it? You see, Errol Spence Jr. is trying to change the narrative to make it about a boxing split and a purse split, when really it's duck season. And let me explain. Al Haymon fighters are notorious to try to make ducking an opponent like Terence Crawford all about a financial split. Even though it's the biggest fight in the division, even though it's the biggest money payday, even though it's the fight that needs to happen right now. Because honestly, Errol Spence Jr. is no superstar. Errol Spence Jr. didn't sell 400,000 pay-per-view buys. Mikey Garcia did. You have to understand, because if Errol Spence Jr. can't carry those same buys against Shawn Porter, then what then? What happens if Shawn Porter's on free TV against Errol Spence Jr.? Because I honestly don't think they'll put that on pay-per-view. But if they do, it'll be a horrendous mistake, because they will not do 400,000 buys. Period. Shawn Porter has no fan base, and Errol Spence Jr.'s fan base is not big enough to do that. Let's be honest and unbiased. Errol Spence Jr. is hyping himself up, and he's trying to make things be about a financial split when they're clearly about being a ducker. Look at Deontay Wilder making a financial split with Anthony Joshua, saying, oh, he deserves 50-50. He's, it's about, he turned down $100 million. It's Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is evil. If you notice, all PBC fighters have one thing in line, is they always blame the promoters. They always blame the opposite promoter. When they blame Bob Arum, then they blame Eddie Hearn, and they say these guys are evil. But it's never Al Haymon is never evil. It's never Al Haymon is a problem. It's never Al Haymon is holding up the fight. Let's be honest and unbiased. Errol Spence Jr. says he is his own boss. It's not about a split. At the end of the day, it's about him ducking Terence Crawford, because he knows he's the best and most skilled opponent in the welterweight division. He's obviously an elite opponent, and he's better than everyone else, period. And that is including Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. knows his flaws and deficiencies. Errol Spence Jr. has already stated to Terence Crawford's face that he's willing to take the easy route. What more do people need? Anybody that still thinks that Errol Spence Jr. wants to fight Terence Crawford is a fanboy, because there's no logical reason for you to think that. Even if you look at it the reverse end and you see Errol Spence Jr. saying that me and Crawford will fight after I fight all these guys, and after I fight, after I knock out Shawn Porter, I'm going to face the winner of Thurman or Manny Pacquiao, then I'll fight Terence Crawford, and it won't be 50-50. That's BS. And let me tell you why it's BS. Because at that point, Errol Spence Jr. has already stated that he plans on moving up as high as 168 pounds one day. Errol Spence Jr. can't make welterweight too much longer. Errol Spence Jr. is close to 30. Errol Spence Jr. is already a weight bully of the division, one of the biggest and heaviest guys there. So at this point, Errol Spence Jr. needs to move up to 154 sooner than most might think. And the fact that he's delaying the Crawford fight says a lot, because that's the biggest fight in the division. It's the one fight that can make him pound for pound. It's the one fight that can make him a legitimate superstar. And it's the one fight that he's openly avoiding. And he's making about a purse split. It's making about an A side, B side. The same thing Deontay Wilder is doing with Anthony Joshua. This must come out of the PBC's handbook on how to duck a top fighter. Let's be honest and unbiased. It's duck season, and Errol Spence Jr., you're the duck. Once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.